So welcome to the fifth unit of object-oriented programming. So before getting into the section very detailedly, I'll be telling you the section what we are going to discuss today is the one which made Java to be very famous, right, in the open source environment. Because for creating GUI controls like text box, buttons, what are all the controls, scroll bars, whatever the graphical user interface components you are viewing nowadays are all at the initial stage. It will be most probably from the proprietary softwares only, like Microsoft. Microsoft have launched Visual Basic. I think probably while we are studying around fifth, sixth standard. Right? So during the time, Q Basic and GW Basics are introduced. So they are all like a CUI interface. Within a period, they have launched this Visual Basic, complete drag and drop environment. Large number of applications are built using Microsoft Visual Basic. Till you could able to find out the flavor of Visual Basic.NET in most of the applications, right? So now it has been groomed to Visual Basic.NET. What are all the powerful features it have on those days, right? I am talking about 1980s, okay, during that period. What are all the powerfulness it have 1980s to 1990s? The same thing was available till date with advanced features, right? So that is the flourishness of the complete Visual Basic. So Visual Basic to Visual Basic.NET. That could be the growth of it. Okay. In this period, yeah, an environment that came and occupy the complete World Wide Web. Okay, that complete World Wide Web. Nothing but Java. It came and conquered, right? So lots and lots of interesting things are being introduced, make it to be available for everyone, right? So that's the path-breaking instance for the Java to cut across other technologies. That's the thing, right? It's very easy. No need to worry about toughness of the flow. The thing is, since nowadays most of them I could able to see the different students githubs and their blogs as well as their LinkedIn profiles. I could able to see most of them have did something related to image based project they are having, right? So to do those things you have linked with AI, ML, DL, DS. From those recent environment, we have interesting packages also to use along with this GWI, GUI packages. Okay, so that is the interesting thing to convey. So we will move upon on this track. So you are going to study about two different environment. One is AWT, second one is Swing. Okay, so AWT will be completely handled by Gayatri ma'am, I think so, and Swing will be handled by Aarti ma'am, Baby Shamni ma'am, and myself. So we will be going over on that. These are all the two sections that you are going to learn in this entire unit: AWT, Abstract Windowing Toolkit, and Swing. Right. So through this, you are having some methods and other thing. If you want to draw a line, if you want to draw a circle, if you want to draw if you want to create a button, if you want to create a label, if you want to create a text box, if you want to create a text area, the email inbox environment, how it was. If you want to simulate that, what are all the controls are available? How can I encompass to keep these controls? What I have. So likewise, that could be the entire study of this chapter. Okay, so that is the overall view of this chapter, unit 5, right? A very interesting one. The thing is, you have to remember the class name and the methods available in the thing, because everything is built in. You are not going to write your own code on any aspect, right? Everything is built in. If you want to create a button, there is a class B capital B, BU small u, button O equal to new button. If you do that, ultimately the button will be created. If this is in AWT, the same thing when you are going for a Swing. Before that class, you are having the letter called J button, O equal to new J button. This is the way that you can differentiate. This program is from AWT, this program is from Swing. So that's the easiest way to identify. So how could I able to use these methods? Right? So in the forthcoming sessions, teachers will give you the elaborate discussion on these things, right? So we'll get into Unit 5. Before that, we need to start working with our laboratory exercises. Okay, that is the instruction that we have received yesterday. All three section students are there. All of you have to write the contents in the proper format. Okay, all are informed to purchase a observation note. Okay, so already you have lab manuals available in the GitHub pages, but the thing is you have to purchase a observation note. So please take the following instructions to write. Okay, because after completing every exercise you have to scan it and forward it to us, right? We will create the uploads in Google Classroom. So through that you have to submit what are all the contents that you have to write. So probably the first page you will have the index page, right? So in that place you have to write exercise number. So have a note on this: exercise number, date, name of the experiment, page, marks, signature of the teacher, right? Might be, yes. So probably you can, I have discussed a lot during this section. You can hear it while you are going to pass my YouTube video, right? And now, before commencing Unit 5, I have to give instructions regarding the lab exercises, okay? All are informed to purchase the observation note, okay? So have this observation note. It could be something for the normal observation note that what you will have in the previous semesters, like this, purchase it. So I'll tell you the procedure to write that. This is common for all these three sections. So have a note on it. So kindly take a paper and note this. You have to follow it abruptly in all the cases, right? So probably while opening the observation, you have an index page already supplied by the manufacturer itself. So you have the contents page. So make sure that the following contents are available in the front page. You have the experiment number, experiment date. Note down this in a paper. Experiment number, experiment date. Second thing is, third one is title or experiment name. Okay, title or experiment name. Next, initial. Next, page number. Next, marks. So these are all the columns should be in the index page, right? Suppose if if any of the contents are missing, what I have conveyed, just you draw it and make it up. Okay. So this is the thing. For every exercise, what you have to write. Okay. For every exercise, what you have to write. So at the left side of your note, right? At the right side, you have to do only two things. What are all they? First one is flow chart. In the in the left side of observation. The left side of observation, you have to write only two things, right? So if I'm going to open the page after index page, I will get an empty page. Again, you open the page. In the left side, what you have to write? You have to draw the flow chart, right? Flow chart for the corresponding experiment. That should be in simple English. You have to follow the flowchart symbols. Already you have learned during your first year, right? This is the thing that will come in the left side. So in the next page, left side, what it will come? Input and output, right? These are the two things that must be available in the left side of the observation. At the right side, what has to come? So at the right side, you have to draw the margin. So in the margin intersection, you will get a square. Within the square, you write the experiment number and the date. So again, you write the title. Then what are all the components you have to write? Aim, program, right? The program will flow up to the next page. Next, you have to write the result. Okay. So aim that you have to configure by using the words what they have given in the question, and the result also you have to configure using what the sentence has been provided. That ultimately you know everything, right? So program that must be unique, right? This is the thing that you have to write, and for every experiment you have to follow the same content, right? Probably 10 to 12 exercises as per Anna University. You are having the contents here. So we will supply it. Students who are having laptop or desktop, kindly execute through the. I'll suggest you and advise you to go through IBM Eclipse. Okay, IBM Eclipse. Practice it. It is mandatory. All the companies are expecting you to. Might be you would be well versed in using Java online compilers, but ultimately for campus interviews, for evaluation purposes, for coding rounds, they are using IBM Eclipse. So I suggest you to use this IBM Eclipse in a flavored fashion, right? The secondary thing is, so if your 32-bit or 64 issues are ready to raise, on that case, you will try to use your online compilers, right? So that could be the case. Student don't have the machines or laptop. I think you have, if you have mobile, you have online compilers will be there. Through that, you could able to execute and see there won't be any issues. I think so. Smartphones, even students don't have smartphones. You look for other alternatives, right? So that's the thing that I could able to convey at this end, right? Because we are in pandemic situation, we could not be able to force you to do this. But the ultimate thing is, virtual labs are being launched by most of the central universities. Right? You could be able to check in vlabs.in. You could be able to see that Government of India had took this initiative and they have launched this. You try to use this. Um, that they will have some instructions, right? But the thing is, the how to do the experiments I have conveyed you, how to write the observation, how you have to execute the experiment using IBM Eclipse. This is the procedure. After executing, take screenshots. Okay, you have the soft copy of the program, right? So screenshots and soft copy of the program. What you wrote in your observation, the same thing you create a Word document. There you try to reproduce the same what you have wrote over there, because here whatever the soft copies will be available for you. Flowchart, you have to draw it again. You can use any tools available in your online, right? So everything could be soft copy only, so no need to anything to write, handwrite while you are going for your record. Okay, so everything that you can type and make it off. Code you are going to write can have a copy of this. Screenshots, they are going to be the inputs and outputs for you, right? So you execute and you take the screenshots. This will form your complete record. Okay, what are all the components available in observation? The same components has to represented for your record note, right? This could be the procedure to be followed. uh, Today I am going to introduce the first exercise. Follow it and you could able to make it up. uh, in the WhatsApp group we will post you the date of submission, right? Make sure that your date of experiment is today, 18/9. Okay, this is the first experiment date, 18/9. On the later pace, what we will do, we will introduce exercises now and then, right? I think we have to complete within a span of time, right? We should have some last working day also. So that is the reason why you could able to do it. If you have, I think our 2017 syllabus will be available in soft copy, right? Most of them could have taken it over for that. Right? So in that you could able to see the lab syllabus also. So there you have the flow of exercises. Even you could able to, suppose if you are ready to do in the fast pace, you can follow it up, right? Otherwise, we will be introducing the dates and the exercises now and then. I have conveyed you the protocols, how to write the observation as well as the record. So kindly follow it up, right? So while we are going to meet, if on the case you can get signature in the corresponding thing. Otherwise, after completing every exercises, we will create upload. In that you have to send your corresponding observation. In the meantime, once if you have completed one complete observation or one complete record, right? No need to wait for it. Normally, what is the procedure? You will write the record, you will write the observation, come for the lab, you will execute it, write the input and output result. You will get a initial from the instructor. Then while you are coming for the next lab, subsequent lab, you will submit the record for the corresponding exercise. This is the procedure. Now, after completing the observation, you go for record, right? So record also you are going to make soft copy, right? So up to now the convenience things are being given to you. Along with that, already you have GitHub profiles, right? I found most of them have created. Only 30% of the students have not created. Even other students can help them to create the GitHub profiles. If you have created that, you create a folder, Java Lab. Okay, in that you store the scanned copy of experiment 1 for from observation, and the Word document of experiment 1 record, right? So these two PDFs can be available in your GitHub Java Lab repository. The corresponding class teachers will verify from that. In the official introduction, while they are going to convey any time, they may ask you to submit through Google Classroom. In that case, that can be submitted from your GitHub profile, right? So you can download it from the GitHub profile, and you could be able to upload it. Otherwise, you can upload directly the GitHub repo link over towards the classroom itself, right? That is the thing. So while you are going to save the file name, you save it as put your roll number hyphen. So instead of roll number, advisable is better to use register number. It's university access, right? So register number hyphen expt1. So likewise, you save the file name, right? So observation and record need to be differentiated. So in that case, after the expt1, you put O if it is observation. File name could be common, right? So register number hyphen expt no1 O. If it is O, it is going to be observation. If you are going to end with R, that is going to be the record. These are all the conventions that you can create the PDF and store it in your corresponding GitHub profiles. Once if the announcements had come, just take it and put it over in the Google Classroom, that where we are going to provide you the provision to upload, right? So that is the complete instructions on laboratory. If any of you have doubts, now you can raise. Any clarifications from any section, A, B, C, any section regarding writing note, regarding writing observation note, regarding writing record, regarding upload in the GitHub, components of observation, components of record, procedure. In the observation, you are going to do handwriting, record, complete soft copy, right? Do not involve in malpracticing, right? Don't supply your program to others. Be genuine and honest. You can help your friends, but don't give your programs. Is it clear? README is not necessary, right? README is not necessary. So I think I am getting acknowledgements from the students stating that things are okay, right? So try to follow it, and this could be your today's exercise, right? This is the first exercise. So you have to generate an electricity bill, right? I suggest you to put your creativity on this. So don't restrict up to this exercise. What they have given, that is the basic requirement. You have to fulfill the basic requirement. Apart from this, what's your own creativity? Try to introduce that. That will generate your coding stuff, right? So create a class with the following members. That means these are all the variables: consumer number, consumer name, previous month reading, current month reading, type of EB connection, right? So these are all going to be your members. Members represents a variable names. So what you are going to compute? You are going to compute the bill amount only, right? See, what are all the OOPS concepts you have studied? Try to substitute everything and use, right? So here bill amount calculation is for two different connections, right? For domestic and commercial. Okay. So how it can be? Shall we substitute polymorphism here? Right? I'm expecting students interaction here. Shall we use a polymorphism here? Because computation logic is going to common for both type of connections. Or can we use the code reusability? Can we use generic programming, right? Code reusability, because the same code is going to calculate for domestic as well as commercial. So how effectively the OOPS concepts are going to be used, that is also an addressable point here. So likewise, you have to do your experiment. So hardly you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 variables are available, and they have given you the logic very clearly, right? First 100 units, rupees 1. If the unit is 101 to 200, how you will get this? You will get this by subtracting the current month reading minus previous month reading. That will give you the number of units. You are going to perform a subtraction there. So you will get the value. By taking that value, you will see which is going to come under which slab per unit. So number of units into corresponding price value. So that will give you the amount to be paid. That's all. So while it is going to print, it has to come as a bill, right? It has to come as a bill. In the bill, what are the things need to printed? It has to print consumer number, consumer name, and I think if you want to add your creativity over there, you could able to add one more member. What is that? Month of billing. You can create. So for which month this bill is, or for which cycle it is, you can introduce date also here. That is also another creativity that you could able to incorporate. If you feel that this application is incomplete, you put forth your additional components along with the existing components. You should not remove existing components. Along with the available components, you can increase your own components also here, right? So that is the thing I want to stretch it up on this, right? So that is the idea. So while you are going to write the contents in the observation, what are all the things that you have to write? So you have to write one output for domestic connection as well as one output for commercial connection, as well as if you are going to write using switch case, if I'm going to choose the third option which doesn't belongs to domestic as well as commercial, means the third option is nothing but it could be an error message, right? A default error message that this type of connection is not available, right? So in that case, that the third case also you have to show, right? So that I could not able to process further, whatever maybe that this type of connection is not available. Likewise, some sort of error message. So 3 sets of input and outputs are necessary here, right? So that could be the test cases for your corresponding content. What type of data you will use here, right? What type of data you will use here? So since I could able to find a 101 to 200, you are going to get some fraction values, right? 2.50 here also in both the connections. So better to go for double, right? Try to use the data type double. So that will be give you the very good accurate value that what you are going to content. So what is the input you are going to give for this? You are going to give the input. What are all the variables that they have given over on that, right? See, you can improve your creativity using this exercise up to the extent you have learned file programming, right? So what you can do, you can put some 5 customers data in a file. From that you take the data, make the last month reading data available in the file. You are going to enter only for what you are going to do, just enter the consumer number, press enter, it will show the last month reading. Now what you are going to do, you are going to enter the current month reading. That's all. Press enter, it will subtract and it will show you the units, it will show you the amount. Next, if you want to print, if you press yes, Y, automatically it will show you the bill. The bill consists of the corresponding data retrieved from the file as well as the processed output. This is also a way that you can do this exercise, right? Students who feel tough these types of programming, you can do it in a very simple way. What are all the way? Just you put the scanner class and get the input for consumer number, get the input for name, get the input for previous month reading, get the input for current month reading, right? I think month readings will come in integer, right? They won't come in fraction. So get those things and the type of connection. Make it as DRC, okay? DRC, domestic or commercial. So you create a switch case. So if it is a switch, if the case is D, it has to do this calculation, right? So it will calculate your total units into multiplication, and in the case C, it will calculate for commercial. You default, you give a error message that this type of connection does not exist. That's all. A very simple switch case also you can write this, but how effectively you are going to project your Java stuff here, that will give you the complete knowledge what you have learned till date, right? I'm expecting different programs from different people, right? I think even other section teachers will watch out and they will get back me with their comments how about their content, right? So once you complete everything, just to post a message in our while we are coming for next class, you can inform us, right? So that will be very good for us to know that. And as well as in the meantime, we will verify your GitHub. So if you have completed, right? I think teachers' numbers are there. You can put a personal WhatsApp message towards them. Ma'am, I have completed. Sir, I have completed. So through that, we could able to intrude and see that what's your work was, right? That's very easy for us to conclude and connect also. So that's the things about lab, right? I think already we have crossed much of time. We have very limited time to discuss about these things, but anyway, I'm going to talk about the introduction part only. Right? See that screen. See these types of wonders that you could able to do with your graphics programming, right? The power of graphics that you are going to, these are all the things recent, right? Recent contents that what you can do with this type of random or something. This is also possible that you could able to see that this is the window. Normally you will see the output in a black color window, right, in Java thing, but a separate window will come for graphics programming. A separate window will come. So normally, if it is going to AWT, I will get the window in Applet. Okay. So Applet is a tool which is ready to view the output from the GUI environment, right? AWT. If it is a swing means I will get the in swing window, right? So both of them will be look like similar, but the swing will be something called a soft arch. You could able to see. It could be something soft. The corners will be something curved contents will be there. But in AWT, it is going to be the ultimate thing. I'll tell you why. AWT means you can use it in the web framework. Okay. So, for example, if I want to communicate with my HTML file and I have to come back, right? I'm writing some advanced Java program. I'm going to write some servlet and other thing. So in that case, to communicate between my Java program, which is in the standalone environment, in that case, I can move for Applet. Okay. For web communications, in that case, you could be able to move for Applet. And one more drawback of Applet is that it is going to be the native interface, right? So that could be the main drawback. Swing that you could be able to use like a Java program. The way of execution will be different. The way of executing Java program will be, sorry, Applet program will be different. The way of executing your Swing program will be different. The teachers who are coming in the corresponding section, they will explain you how to execute a Applet program, how to execute a Swing program, right? So we will see the overview. So this is possible in Java, right? So even I think nowadays you are working with the filters, right? So that is also I could able to do it through these types of filters, right? So even I could able to work with the images. This is the thing I have constructed using my geometry. Okay, using geometry I have constructed. This is the image which is already available. I have applied filter on the corresponding image. You have ready-made packages are available. No need to worry about any other thing. No need to write your own module, etc., etc. Nothing. Filters are available. You can apply that filter and you could able to get it. Different types of filters are available, right? You could able to do. See here the content is very simple. I'll tell you. You have menu, right? Buffered image. Next operations. Next you have filters, right? To create this menu bar, you have to write the code. Menu bar O equal to new menu bar. There are two items are available. Assume that we will make it as three items: buffered image, operations, filters. So there are three menu items are there. So what I have to do, add this menu item into the menu. Okay. So these are all nothing but corresponding menu items. So menu item O equal to new menu item. Menu item O1 equal to new menu item. Menu item O2 equal to new menu item. So O, O1, O2. These are all the three different menu items available in that. Now what I have to do? I have to add it in the menu. I have created the object as assume obj for menu. Menu obj equal to new menu. In that case, what I will do? Obj dot add of O. The corresponding menu will be added. That's all. Bar will be created. Items will be populated over on that. So while you are going to click this menu, something has to happen. So here you will learn about event handling. While clicking this menu operation, this event has to occur or this function need to be executed. So in that case, what you have to do, you are having event handling. Either you are going to click through keyboard, sorry, through mouse, or you are going to press through keyboard. So mouse events will be there, keyboard events will be there. So for that, you are having corresponding methods, right? So what are all the events are available for corresponding events are nothing but what are all the functionalities that your mouse can provide. Single click, double click, roll over, roll up, right? So likewise if you go for a keyboard press up, down. So likewise you could be able to simulate those things also here, right? So that could be the overview that you can be able to done with this here. So I think people are very good and moving forward data science, right? So for them also, you could be able to create. See the entire picture. Could be able to see there you have a graph. You are getting data points here. You could be able to see down. You could be able to see the progress bar, right? You can create a progress bar. Progress bar O equal to new progress bar. That's all. Okay. So drop down list box, counter boxes. For all controls, you have only one thing. create the object for the corresponding class, add that object in the environment. That's all. So that is called the basic layer is called a canvas. In the canvas, you are having the pane. Okay, pane, pane, pane. In the pane, you are having a frame. In the frame, we will add the corresponding controls. So this canvas, pane, frame, all these things are abstract. You no need to write anything for the as a code, right? All those things are already available. Only thing is you have to write about your code. So how these three things are abstract? For example, if I am going to write program for AWT, I will write my entire logic inside the method paint. How you are writing in your multi-threading? You will be writing inside your run code. How you are writing your code in try block for exception handling. Likewise, in the AWT, you will write the entire code within the paint method. Okay, within the paint method, you will write in AWT. For Swing, you can write as usual like your Java program. So within main, you could be able to write directly. Okay, so that could be the place that you can give you the variation. So by getting a real image that can be converted into a 3D landscape. So that's also being a fractal image also could be able to process through these things. So these are all some of the things that you can see. These are all the things I could be able to show you the power of Java, right? You could be able to do it with a very limited number of codes. Since you have practiced with the Python, do not compare Python with Java, right? At any case. So the power will vary here. Okay. See, Python will depend on GPUs always, right? Python will depend on GPUs for processing. Pertaining to Java, it depends on both the GPU as well as the packages what it supports, right? Package upgrades will have a more influence here, but in Python, for doing one task, you are having n number of packages. I don't have any performance handling measures for them. I could not be able to say for data visualization, Seaborn could be the very good one conveyed by some people. I don't know, and I will talk about Matplotlib is doing very good corresponding things. So there will be some comparisons. Every package has its own merits and demerits, but in Java it is not like that. You are having a package that is completely powerful one which is ready to render you the functionalities directly. You need not switch over for different types of packages for doing one concept. So that's the ultimate thing that you could be able to land here. So this is the way that you are going to access a very basic content that I want to project here. See that drawing panel. So graphics is the basic class here. Remember, okay? Graphics is the basic class here. I have shown you, right? Drawing panel, graphics, color. These are all nothing but the basic objects that we will concentrate while you are going to write program, right? Graphics is the basic class. Please remember, graphics is the basic class. And how I will create a window using drawing panel. I could able to create the window, right? So you can create this window also, right? What you have seen in the right side, you could able to create the window. I'm going to mention width and height. So here the coordination will be something different. I'll show you how these coordinates are working. So how to call my drawing panel using the graphics class only. Graphics object name equal to panel.getGraphics. See, while you are getting into automated environment or any IDE, in that case, no need to concentrate about this setting the platform for graphics. That will be automatically set, right? Your job is you want to draw a rectangle. See that here you have a content G dot fill rect. G is the object of graphics. So that's what the basic foundation. Here you need to move on with, right? So fill rect, fill oval. You are going to mention the x comma y position width and height, right? If I want to draw a rectangle, I have to mention the x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2. Nothing but my corresponding opposite coordinates, right? So fill oval. So what I will mention the x comma y. So the corresponding degree and the intent radiation. So teachers will explain you while they are going to give detail on corresponding entries, right? So java.awt.graphics. This is for your corresponding AWT package. How you will import, right? So that's the thing, right? This is very important, right? So coordinate system, right? Coordinate system could be like this. How to use x and y, because while you are going to draw a rectangle, while you are going to draw a circle, while you are going to work with the geometric shapes, kindly follow this. So assume that the square is your monitor. Okay, in that, how you want to move for x, how you want to move for y, that will be the orientation. Normally the normal graph what you will draw, that could be the reverse for this. So this could be the screen coordinates that you could be able to convey, right? Screen coordinates. So 0 comma 0 will be in the left hand side top corner. Okay, 200 comma 200 will be available in the right hand side bottom corner. Okay, so that could be the scale that you need to remember. Try to remember this coordinate system. Most of them will fail in this. They could not be able to replenish it further. In the campus interviews, they will raise this, right? Regarding the graphics environment, they will ask you how the screen coordinates will be there in the packages of GUI packages. And one more thing I'll convey you, this type of screen coordination is common for all visualization packages, even in proprietary softwares, VC++, right? So wherever you go, when you are going to draw the contents on your own, you have to follow this screen coordinates only. It is common for all your environment. So that's what coordinate systems, that how you have to measure. These are all like your formulas, right? So please remember, right? This could be the coordinate system. So 0 comma 0, what we are going to move. Remember the shapes of the geometry shapes: rectangle, square, circle, oval, right? As well as we are going to draw the straight lines. For all those things, this is the formula diagram. Please remember, this is the formula diagram. If I want to draw a rectangle, what is the parameters I have to substitute? If I'm going to change which parameter, the length and breadth of rectangle will change. If I'm going to change the parameter of the corresponding content, what could be my diameter of the circle? So likewise, the complete coordinates will be understood by this coordinate system diagram only. This is the formula diagram. Have a note on this, right? You could be able to take this slide from the corresponding content. This is the component hierarchy, right? So how my panel, so this is about swing. In the panel, you are going to place the button. In the panel, you are going to place the button. So what you will do, in the panel, you are going to place the button. This is about swing. Okay, this is about swing. So J had come, right? That represents that it is a swing package. So the corresponding thing has been given over there. And again, they have drawn a line also over there. You could be able to see. So these are all the graphics methods available: draw line, draw oval, draw right, draw string. Nothing but you could be able to write some strings, fill oval, fill right, fill the circle, and fill the rectangles. I could be able to set colors also, right? So color names are available. You can use directly the color names, or you could be able to use for RGB combinations that has been given in the bottom of the slide. Color brown equal to new color. Color is the object. I'm creating an object. Brown is the object, not the name of the color. If you want to use the brown color over there, you have some constant names available in that. Color dot, write in capital letters. Color dot blue. There you can be able to set the color. Otherwise, you can set using RGB combinations. Red, green, blue. Some quizzes are there. Please go through. So using colors, what you can do, right? So color dot black, color dot red. That's the way to use. So how to set the background and foreground. So you have to do which one has to come first, which one has to do second. You have to do it on your own. Background is black, foreground circle is in the red color. So how they have drawn. So how can you draw a rectangle? You can use using the draw rect, or you can use fill rect, or even using draw line statement 4 times. You can draw a rectangle. That's all things that uh, rely on you, right? So I can set the panel color also, background. Panel dot to set background of brown. So here color is white color. Here you could be able to see the brown color, right? So that's the ultimate thing. So how to give the outline shapes. So for that you have the methods are available. So superimposing, they have created a bus here. So how could I able to create? So in this place you can try to create a robot. Okay. So to create that robot using multi-threading, you could be able to make the circles to move like tires. Okay, you can create robots and make the robot to move from one place to other place, right? So how could you able to do that using multi-threading? So all those things, orientations can be given. So how this x and y, these codes will help you to understand the coordinate system much more clearly, right? How to move the transition, right? If you want to create the snake and ladder game, this could be the basic logic that you could be able to follow, right? So how can I create draw string statement? I could be able to print something inside the graphics window. So they are talking about something with a matrix over there. So how they are moving the positions, right? So that's what they are talking about here. So that's the thing. All are about complete orientation on the animation parts. That's what I make it to discuss here, right? So if you have any clarifications or doubt, kindly post it. And one more thing is, students, kindly, I think in the initial stage, around 10 minutes, I have spoken something about this unit. I have given overview. Unfortunately, the mic has some issues, right? I think one of the students have helped me to switch on the mic again. I advise you, I will be posting the YouTube of this corresponding lecture. The first 5 minutes, 7 minutes of the content, you have some stuff to talk about the overview of this AWT and suite. So kindly have a view on that videos. So start working with your lab records, lab observation. Okay. So that's the thing. If you have any doubts, you can post. Else, we'll close session.